This podcast is a review of Elizabeth Hennessy's Chapter 15 from the book titled Digital Literacies in Education. Chapter 15 is an account of how the author answered the research question titled How I Am Learning to Scaffold a Synchronous Online Professional Development Course. It is an action research study into how the author could improve their professional practice. This short podcast will guide you through the author's context, values, the term scaffolding, as well as looking at the author's action research cycles. Completing a minimum amount of CPD became formalised for the author's employers in 2010. This was driven by market progression, as online courses are becoming an increasingly popular alternative for those completing CPD, and also competitors had begun offering online courses. A customer needs analysis also identified attributes such as any time, any place, and cost effectiveness, which are especially relevant to today's professionals who have time-consuming work commitments in a struggling economy. The author's responsibilities included the administration and coordination of CPD courses for members. In a response to market progression, the author's employer began to offer synchronous online CPD courses, termed live online seminars, as an alternative to attending classroom courses. This was at the same time as the author was doing their MSc in Education and Training Management e-learning program and experiencing the use of a range of e-learning technologies, including synchronous online tools for learning and teaching. Live online seminars take place in real time and are broadcast from classroom events using web conferencing software. Feedback from live online courses had been positive. However, a number of participants experienced difficulties. The author's study stemmed from a concern of these difficulties and that the learners could be left behind. Wood, Brunner and Ross coined the term scaffolding in 1976. They centred on one-to-one tuition. However, this was later developed by Stone in 1998 as joint tutor and joint student participation. The three main characteristics of scaffolding are shown and explained in this slide. Hard scaffolds focus primarily on the theory of the task, as the characteristics of the individual tutee are not considered. Hard scaffolds are often seen as a tool to reduce cognitive load. Dynamic tools have been introduced to encourage self-regulated student learning and to motivate procrastinators. Both dynamic and static scaffolding support tools continue to be used in e-learning and blended learning environments. The advent of technology-enhanced learning environments has resulted in the increased production and implementation of software scaffolds and a further broadening of the notion of scaffolding. The author applied this to the implementation of e-learning in her role. When designing scaffolding in hypermedia environments, you should consider the needs of both high prior knowledge and low prior knowledge learners. The idea of developing their own living educational theory appealed to the author, as she believed that by living her own educational values she can generate positive change both in herself as a practitioner and effect positive change in her workplace. The possibility that she can improve and transform from within her own context was empowering and liberating. She identified 6 main issues as learner problems and learner needs: joining the live online seminar, connecting audio, navigating the live online seminar page, using the chat facility, leaving the live online seminar, and additional information such as the fact that participants were unaware that slides and notes had been sent to them in advance of the tutorial. The author acknowledged that she may not have been truly empathising with learners in a number of ways, as she was not conscious of and considering their needs. While she had analysed the difficulties that previous online learners had experienced, she had overlooked issues that could confuse and concern first-time users. To evaluate whether she had created an effective and usable web-based tutorial that supported learners and whether in doing this she had remained true to her values, the author recruited 4 new participants for Cycle 2 of her research. Results from the author's research show that all of the participants found the web-based tutorial to be usable. Thank you for your time. I hope you have enjoyed this podcast.